All right. Hey, how's it, everybody? It is right around 5 p.m. West Coast time. I'm going to call it 2 p.m. Hawaii time, 8 p.m. on that there East Coast, and 7 p.m. for our Central Time folk. I am Mad Statter today, and this is Chatter with Statter. Looks like we've got everybody here already because I was late to the party. That's right. I invite you over to my house, and I'm not even there to unlock the door. What kind of hostess is that? Well, not the hostess with the mostest today. That's for gosh darn sure. Sorry about that. So, yeah, a little bit late there, Terry. Just a little bit. I know. I went and walked away from the desk with 6 minutes to go till the show. Came back, and it was 7 minutes after the show was supposed to start. I don't know where I was. I mean, I know I was in my house, but other than that, I don't really know what just happened, but that is what happened. And while that happened, Darlene came in saying aloha to everybody. Terry raided in with a party of 4. I'm going to say that Terry probably came in with Katie's Aura, and I'm not sure who else he came in with, but Thomas the Turtle, close on the heels, maybe even with that raid. Subscribed for 34 months. Fantastic. Currently on an 11-month streak. And let's see here. Terry in Scotland saying hello to Kenny from the Cove. Kenny from the Cove saying hello to everybody. Mama Sean coming in on that YouTube side. And of course, where there's Darlene, there is often a Rick. And we've got Rick here. Let's see here. Who else do we have? We've got Broken Soul in the house. Good to see you. Been a minute. And then let's see here. We've got Kenny from the Cove, but I think I said that. Time is nothing but an illusion at this point. That is for certain. Terry from Scotland coming with 1,000 biddies. That makes me super stoked because even if I'm late, he still has love. And let's see here. What else do we've got here in case I'm missing people's? Oh, I'm scrolling. I'm making sure I'm trying to see people's. And I think I've seen everything. No, that's not true, but I do think I might have seen everybody. So, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for already having the flippin' flirpin' hype train going. Why don't we get this party started? Wait, how can we? Oh, there's the button. Boop. Oh, good Lord. All right, while I was taking that little getting started on the party break, I opened a pamplemousse, made myself take a drink, and now I've got pamplemousse all over my face. And let's see here, we've got Trail Dust popping in saying, we have snow. And you know what, Trail Dust? Trail Dust? Yeah, Trail Dust. Are you a ghost? We have no snow up here for Trail Dust. Or Teeter. No snow up here. We do have lots and lots of wind, and apparently this week we might even hit 70 degrees. So our spring might actually be starting here in the Pacific Northwest. I don't really believe it until, honestly, y'all, April has been known to snow. And so I honestly kind of feel like the weather forecast that the Seattle people have given us might be an April Fool's joke, because do remember, 'tis the season for April Fool's jokes, and there won't be any here. There won't be any on this stream. First off, it's a couple days early for April Fool's jokes. Second off, I really don't do April Fool's jokes, and third off, I don't have any good April Fool's prank to play, which really is the most important thing. And jump on the hype train, folks. Molly needs new shoes. That's funny you should say that, Terry, because I just recently bought some new shoes, and I do enjoy my new shoes. So I don't need new shoes, but I do need a lot of things. But hype train or not, I do want to tell you this. There are people like Rick and Darlene who actually every month for the last long time, more than a year, possibly more than 2 years, they have been secret squirreling me some money via the PayPal link on YouTube. There's a PayPal link on my profile, and I think on Twitch there is too. Now, I'm not suggesting that you need to send me money on PayPal, but I am suggesting that if you want to, you can. That is another way to donate to the stream. And 9 times out of 10, the money that you donate does actually go to something on the stream, usually DVDs, although I actually have some equipment and a particular book that I'm on the verge of picking up that'll help with the stream. Either way, $1, $2, $5, $87.53 per month, whatever you can afford. By the way, actually, don't give me $87.53. That was literally something I pulled out of the air, and nobody should be giving me that much money. The 53 cents part, sure, but but anyway, if you are so inclined, you've got an extra nickel in your pocket, going jingle jangle, you can always throw it my way via PayPal. That way, if you do throw the nickel at me, it won't hit my head very hard because PayPal will be there to catch the metal, and then it will turn it into fake money. So the nickel won't hurt when you throw it. Right. Yeah, there you go. And Rick, PayPal, I cut back on Twitch gifting because the other guy gets half of it. Rick, on a soapbox. Exactly. That is exactly why I bring it up, is if you really don't want third parties, second parties, particular parties to have little get their little fingers in the pie, then PayPal might be the way to go. And exactly, Kenny from the Cove, for just 53 cents a month, you too can help Molly, buy a cup of coffee. Yeah, precisely. So, for those of you who have been doing this, I really, really cherish the monies that come, and I don't expect it. In fact, every single time something pops in my PayPal account, I'm just like, oh my God, oh my God, they thought they were thinking of me. I can't believe it. It is never an expectation and always a surprise. Even if you've been doing it every month, I literally have no expectation. If it stops happening, I maybe would notice, but I certainly would not be holding it against anybody. Trust me, I would not be holding against anybody. And let's see here. Terry, though, PayPal doesn't like me since Luke tried to send me some dough and they thought he was laundering money. They wanted you to answer too many questions. Oh no. I wonder if it's because it's an international thing? Or what are you and Luke really up to, Terry? Are you secretly importing callow leaves to Scotland for the underground Polynesian markets? Are you and Luke in cahoots, smuggling poi? I think that's what you guys are up to. You guys and your poi pounders. That's what you're doing, huh? You're doing it, you're getting it, and you got to do it quick. You got to do it sneaky, because otherwise the poi turns sour. Yeah, I know. PayPal knows what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I figured it all out. You're smuggling poi. Yes, exactly. Luke and I are smuggling Lihing mango into the UK. That makes way more sense, actually. Much higher profit margin and much easier to ship. That's it. And then, yes, exactly. We figured it out. It's the poi haggis pipeline. Terry and Luke are the kingpins of the poi to haggis to poi pipeline. PayPal, we did your job for you. We solved the crime. So, oh, Lord Almighty. Thomas. I got to fan myself. I am just disturbed so high and mightily. Thomas the Turtle. Are you serious? There was powdered poi? Are you serious? So, for those of you who aren't reading the sidebar, Thomas the Turtle asks, who remembers powdered poi? I do not. And, I am afraid to ask, but I'm going to ask anyway. How was it? Was it good? Was it acceptable? Did it... I'm just as concerned about the flavor as I am the texture. And eMusic, yes, there is powdered poi. I have had it. So I am very curious. I guess the first question is, would you have it again? That's, I guess, the real question. Would you eat it again now that you've tried it at least once? And Thomas Turtle, it's on Amazon. I'm not at all surprised to hear that, actually. If powdered poi is anything like powdered eggs, I will pass. Yeah, Terry, Terry, that's kind of how I look at it. And yes, Verity, you have instant mashed potatoes. Absolutely. I can see how it would happen. I'm just not saying... I mean, I prefer regular mashed potatoes to instant. You know, there's a difference. Although I will admit, in certain circumstances, instant mashed potatoes will absolutely work. And I will say, instant mashed potatoes are way better than instant eggs, fried eggs, or scrambled eggs. So, and you know, I mean, some powdered stuff is good. You do bring up a good point. Instant mashed potatoes are of the edibleness, on the edible scale of that kind of instant food, very edible. But like powdered milk, gotta say I'm not a fan. Powdered eggs, gotta say I'm not a fan. And I feel like powdered poi, yeah, I don't know if I'd be a fan. And by the way, Verity, I don't think I said hi to you, so boop, good to see you. And eMusic is sort of confirming my confirmations, which is no, I wouldn't have it again. But wait, hold on. Thomas the Turtle, $46 a pound for powdered poi on Amazon. Wow. But you know what though, Thomas? Now I'm maybe... I mean, okay. Wow. I really don't know what I'm talking about here because I've never actually made poi. I've just watched it being made. But, okay, yeah, so many questions. I want now, does 1 pound of poi, powdered poi, does it like make like 48 pounds of poi once you mix it with the water? Poi is very moist, right? You know, it's full of water. It's got a lot of water content in it. So, so would a little of it dried out make a lot of it prepared? I wonder. You know, now, and then I guess my next question is, can you buy a smaller amount than a pound? Because, like, if I can buy maybe 1/4 of a pound, oh, I don't think I should make this promise. Well, it's already halfway up my mouth. If I could buy 1/4 of a pound, I kind of want to try it on, I want to show you all, I don't want to spend $46 on something that I know I'm not going to like. But like for $10, I could maybe make a bowl of it. And let's see here. eMusic, I tried putting water in my powdered poi, still no good. Oh, well. Hold up, yo. I thought that there... You don't eat powdered poi as powder, right? I thought you had to... I thought you'd have to rehydrate the powdered poi to make the poi. I thought you'd have to rehydrate it with water? Wow, I don't really know what I am talking about, obviously. And Rick is like, yeah, it's been a long time since I've had powdered anything. Right, exactly. And, Kenny from the Cove is asking, is powdered poi something I should add to my apocalypse rations? That and powdered peanut butter and dehydrated Mountain Dew. Okay, so 1 pound makes 5 to 6 pounds. Okay, that makes sense. And so then 6 pounds of poi at $46 a pound for the dry. So that's like about, what, $7? So, 47 divided by 6. So it's about $8 a pound prepared. Which I guess is reasonable, actually. But Oh yeah, four ounces for $20, right? Yeah, see, that's still kind of pricey for. Yeah, I don't think I want it for that much. Oh yeah, and Kenny from the Grove. Okay, you got to be the right age to get this. What if powdered poi came with the lick'em stick setup? I don't know, man. You'd need a lot of saliva, I think. And eMusic, I think dried poi nowadays is better than what I had back in the 80s. Let's hope so. I mean, you know, food processing has improved since then. And let's see here. Oh gosh, darn. And yeah, Rick, channel taste test. I know, that's what I was thinking, but then I was like, no, I really don't want to promise that. I really don't want to promise that. But I do, as Terry says, you kind of want to see just how bad it could be. And yeah. And Trail Dust, by all means, chew away, share your dinner with Teeter, and be thankful that you're not eating powdered poi. I mean, maybe you are eating powdered poi and you're just keeping it silent because you know that we would steal it from you because we want to try it. Probably not, though. You're too lazy to add all that water. You would munch on the powder. Yeah, you say you would. You say you would. Not so sure. Then again, I've seen lazy people on the internet, and I swear this has to be just for clicks and views, right? But I've seen people who are too lazy to eat spaghetti, to make spaghetti, and so they just eat the raw noodles. No. I am lazy. Do not even get me started on how lazy I am, because I couldn't be bothered to tell you I'm too lazy. That's how lazy I am. But I'm not that kind of lazy. I at least put my noodles in some water. Yeah. Yeah. I might not cook them in the amount of water that they tell, because they say get 85 gallons of water and bring it to a boil. 85 gallons of water, 5 pounds of salt, bring it to a boil in the biggest pot you've got, and then put 3 spaghetti strands in there, because that's how much water you need for 3 spaghetti strands, apparently. I don't do that. I use a much less water than they recommend. Still turns out well. An Italian mother might be rolling over in her grave right now. That's fine. My grandmother was Scottish. Not Italian. It's not my grandma who's rolling. And Kenny, we want to live vicariously through Statter's Taste Test Terror. Exactly. And Trail Dust, I really think you're telling me the truth here, Trail Dust. Powdered poi must be a diet food. Eliminates the urge to eat. And let's see here. Terry in Scotland, I make spaghetti you make spaghetti in your Instapot, right? Makes sense. And Darlene, it's not hard or takes a lot of time to make spaghetti. No dried, uncooked pasta for me. Exactly. You know what? That's kind of a lie. There is this one salad that uses as part of it uncooked ramen noodles. However, in the defense, you scrunch them up and they're part of, it creates part of it. There's dressing involved, there's lettuce, there's chicken, there's other stuff involved. But they're uncooked ramen noodles, and those are good, but they also, to be fair, ramen noodles are partially cooked and fried, so they're not exactly the same thing as raw. But I will admit, I have been known to eat an uncooked noodle, technically, with the ramen chicken salad stuff. But and Poppy Shaney in the house. Good to see you, Poppy Shaney. The old days. Chef Boyardee out of a can cold. Same for chili. Hold on, wait. Same for chili. Leftover Chinese food. Leftover pizza cold. Well, first off, leftover pizza is meant to be cold, right? Can we not all agree on that? I mean, it's a fine art to properly reheat leftover pizza, and I appreciate that art, but leftover pizza, really, it's meant to be eaten cold. You're just going over and above the board, fancy pants, if you're going to reheat your pizza. And Terry in Scotland. Yeah, it used to be a college dorm thing to eat raw ramen. Totally, dude. That is absolutely, yeah. High school kids, college kids, for sure. Or when you're doing the weird Chinese chow mein chop salad, whatever, from the 70s that has the noodles, which is really good. And, right, yeah, exactly, Darlene. If they're used as a crumble topping, not the same, just my opinion. Precisely, Darlene. I'm in total agreement with that. But I did realize that, wait, when I said no uncooked pasta, there was a slight asterisk to that statement, as it were. And Gil Soto, good to see you coming in from Texas. That's it. And we right now are talking about how lazy are you? Are you so lazy that if you had powdered poi, because apparently there is powdered poi, would you prepare it or would you just eat it straight out of the package? Or would, in another example, spaghetti noodles. Are you so lazy that you just eat them out of the package or do you actually cook them? I am of the opinion that spaghetti noodles need to be cooked. But, like we're just discovering and perhaps agreeing, sometimes ramen noodles don't have to be cooked. And so there you go. That's kind of where we're at. And let's see here. Your brother would eat out of the can of cold too. Poppy Shaney says, Mama Sean, he was so slow flipping gross. Yeah, you know, I am not a big fan of eating cold stuff out of the can, just uncooked. However, I have found myself in the last year or so eating refried beans just out of the can. If I'm really hungry and I just want a little snack, I'll go grab a refried bean can and just have a couple spoonfuls. And it kind of grosses me out, yet I do it. I do it, and I'll do it again. There you go. And Kenny from the Cove, you actually bring up a good point. Fried chicken, pizza, and meatloaf, the cold leftover food triumvirate. I dare say that fried chicken is best served room temperature and or cold. Don't get me wrong. Hot fried chicken is good. Very good. In fact, you always want to eat at least one piece hot. But for the most part, I prefer my fried chicken like room temperature. The skin sets better. It's better if you let it sit for a minute. And cold meatloaf, on sandwiches. Heck yeah. Cold meatloaf on the sandwiches. You gotta do it. And Gil Soto, cooked pasta only for me. Yeah, I'm almost in 1000% agreement, Gil. Like I said, I have been known to eat a salad that has uncooked ramen noodles as part of the ingredients, but that's a little different. And Darlene, my brothers, when young, would eat almost anything, hot or cold, any time of the day or night. Typical boys. Yes, indeed. And Trail does. It kind of grosses me out, but I'll do it. Another t-shirt. Yeah, that's, I need to go through and watch all the little sidebar chats to come up with all the t-shirts that you've come up with there, Trail Dust. Because for real, I could have a whole merch store if I bothered to be a graphic designer and like make these shirts reality. And Kenny, I counter your room temperature fried chicken with room temperature potato salad, German potato salad. Kenny, I have never had German potato salad. The idea that German potato salad is meant to be served hot kind of freaks me out. I absolutely would prefer to approach the idea of German potato salad as a room temperature dish. So I openly encourage and embrace your counterpoint. In fact, room temperature fried chicken, perhaps served with room temperature German potato salad, could be very delicious. I've just never tried the salad, so I don't know. But I would much rather try it room temperature than warm. Because the idea that a salad is warm is just weird to me. And I know that German potato salad's supposed to be kind of warm. And honestly, I can't... Now, this is a question for you guys. What other salad... I mean, I know that there's a lot of salads out there, and salad doesn't always contain salad in the traditional way. Pasta salad, bologna salad, onward. But other than German potato salad, are there any other hot salads? Because salads to me are generally room temperature or cold in my brain. But my brain is missing a lot of different stuff. Hey, how you doing, Mr. and Mrs. Aloha Friday? Good to see you. We are currently discussing whether or not... Okay, we understand that German potato salad is generally served warm or hot. But other than that particular salad, are there any salads that are served hot? Because to me, a hot salad or a warm salad just seems weird, other than the German potato salad, because I've always known that existed, and I always thought that was kind of weird, so it still goes with my mindset. Okay, yeah, no, Gil, you can't think of any either. Yeah, exactly. And so, I'm curious if anybody can think of one. So Kenny bragging on the particular recipe: German potato salad, mom's ingredients: peeled boiled potatoes, sliced, chopped onions, chopped chives, oil, vinegar, salt, pepper. Well, that sounds pretty good, actually. Terry, I so agree. Hot salad seems counterintuitive. Yet here we are with the German potato salad, but I guess the Germans get to do what they want sometimes. But yeah, exactly. Hot salad seems counterintuitive. Another salad that seems counterintuitive but totally exists, and I ate it and it was delicious: bread salad. Have any of y'all heard of bread salad or eaten bread salad? Do you know what bread salad is? You must, because it's exactly what you think it is. It's exactly what you think it is. What do you think it is? Do you think it's just slices of like pita bread served with a couple chopped up vegetables in a dressing? Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's just wet bread salad. It's a salad of wet bread. Oh, no. Okay, wait. Oh, okay. So Mr. and Mrs. Aloha are coming with something I've never heard of before, but they're coming in strong, which is warm green bean salad with oranges, bacon, and vinaigrette. I have never heard of such shenanigans, but that actually sounds like it would be pretty good. Although I just don't know if I'd call it a salad once it's warm. And Rick, greens on bread? No, well, it was like vegetables, like, you know, like little diced onions and like green onions and like, I don't know, I think there might have been like some chopped olives. Not like tomatoes, not like cucumbers, not like lettuce. It was a Middle Eastern salad. It was good. But basically it was just wet bread. And bread pudding, yes, bread pudding I've had, and that definitely I would not call a salad. I would call bread pudding delicious. And generally speaking, I don't refer to salads as delicious, but but bread pudding is very delicious. And yeah, that is a good point, Verity. Isn't veggie stir fry technically a hot salad? I mean, I guess, but no one calls it that, right? So hence my confusion and poppy shading as we talk about salads. Tracy just made us taco salad for dinner. Taco salad, one of my favorite salads, and I will admit sometimes an element of taco salad is heated, that it would be the taco meat, but I still wouldn't consider that a hot salad. What I would consider that is I want to fly down and eat that salad with them tonight because that sounds like a really good salad. I love taco salad. And let's see here. Scroll up to your panzanella, please. Oh yeah, I saw that but didn't see that. Okay, panzanella, also known as bread salad. Right. Oh, it's a classic Italian dish that combines stale bread with fresh tomatoes, cucumbers, and basil to create a refreshing summer meal. Okay, that's not what I had. But that sounds good. But I would totally eat that too. That is totally not what I had, but I would totally eat that as well. But it's not hot. It's just bread, which is weird. And let's see here. Ground beef in the taco salad would make it a warm salad. I guess, but at the same time, E-Music, like once you stir it all up, the beef cools down. But yeah, I guess you're right. You know, okay, so we've got 3 warm salads now. We've got our 3.5. Okay, we've got our German potato. We agree on that. Then that out of left field green bean one. All right, let's do that. And then we've got the taco salad, and then the halfway house will go with the vegetable stir fry. I'll give it half salad points. So I guess we've got 3.5 hot salads. And let's see here. Kenny, there's a German restaurant in Kemper, Texas, in Lampasas County. County Board of Health won't allow them to serve German potato salad at room temperature. It has to be cold. This is what happens when you allow people who flunked out of special ed to have board health jobs. Yeah. Wow. You know, Kenny, I've got questions. So, because I've never had a German potato salad, I am asking this absolutely truly. Does German potato salad, is there such a thing as serving it too hot? And I'm asking this because there's holding temperatures for hot food, and so are they allowed to serve the potato salad that hot? But would that be too hot for what potato salad is supposed to be? I mean, I can see their point, I guess, but at the same time, no. I just, yeah. That's annoying. So German potato salad is warm, not hot. And there, right, no, I know there's no mayo in German potato salad, but there is vinegar. Vinegar is not going to make things spoil. There's salt. Salt is not going to make things spoil. Since when do we have to worry about food poisoned potatoes getting room temperature? Right? Like, that's why I'm just rolling my eyes and having a hard time wrapping my head around these rules and regulations that the Texas people have to deal with in regards to their German potato salad. And yeah, actually, I didn't notice, Darlene, there is delicious grilled lettuce wedge salad. What are you talking about? Like, what? I've never heard of this. I saw that you wrote that, and I then forgot to comment on it, Mr. and Mrs. Aloha. I've heard of a wedge salad. Don't get me wrong. I actually know what that is. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's 1/6 of a head of lettuce cut into a wedge, and then you've got the rest of your salad fixins, and I think it's usually blue cheese dressing that they serve with it, along with that whole wedge o' lettuce. But are you telling me that they actually grill the wedge of lettuce sometimes? I have never heard of such shenanigans. The idea of grilling iceberg lettuce, and I'm going to assume it's iceberg lettuce you're referring to, kind of blows my mind. Like, what? What? Poppy Shady, not only does he know what a wedge salad is, he loves himself a wedge salad. And Rick, restaurants have a problem keeping hot food too long. True. And Kenny, room temperature is as warm as German potato salad should get. You can put it in a covered dish and leave it on the counter and it'll be fine in your own home. But not a Lampasas County restaurant. Right. Well, Gil Soto, grilled biscuits? I've never heard of a grilled biscuit, but that I would eat in a heartbeat. Really? Also romaine, Mr. and Mrs. Aloha say. Well, yeah, I guess the hearts are kind of tough enough to... Wow. Grilling... Well, what do you know? There's a whole wide world of warm salads out there that I just absolutely had no idea about. What do you know, you guys? We are learning random stuff about food on this stream. Never. Let's see here. All right, so let's see here. I never thought warm hot salad would be the focus of my day, but we're loving it. For real, y'all. That is gotta love Pinterest. There you go. There you go. No, for real, that is exactly, in case you haven't hung out here too much, we will sometimes come here with like, I'm going to talk about Chinese food today. And the last thing we do is talk about Chinese food. We end up talking about how to clip your toenails properly or whatever. The chatter scatters. And let me just tell you right now, warm salad was not on my agenda for today. Yet here we are. And I am loving it as well. Now, cabbage fares quite well on the grill too, says Kenny from the Cove. That doesn't surprise me because I've heard of eating cabbage hot. In fact, most of the time when I eat cabbage, it's hot. It's cooked. Hot lettuce just never crossed my mind. Cooking lettuce just never crossed my mind. And so, what do you know? And let's see here. It's Bastrop. It's a Bastrop thing. Grilled biscuits at the Texas Grill. I am all about trying that. First off, it's a kind of bread, and if anybody knows me, they know that I love bread. I'll even have a bread salad. So, and Darlene, an egg roll bowl dish with cabbage, one pot dish. That's yummy too. Absolutely, I love my little unwrapped. Basically, it's egg roll filling in a bowl. Love it, love it, love it. And let's see here. And how about fry bread? I've always wanted to try making that. Yes, I have never tried making fried bread. Well, last night I tried making an arepas, arepas. It's a Colombian fried bread, but made of cornmeal. And I'll tell you right now, I didn't like that. But it's not that I didn't. I know I will like it when someone who knows what they're doing makes it. But my first attempt at that dish, arepas. Arepas? Okay, so Kenny, you know what they are, and I tried to make them, and I'm gonna have to try again. Just leave it at that. It's just bad. It was just bad. I mean, I ate them, but no. And true, fry bread isn't hot. Well, you can eat fry bread hot. You'll regret it. But you can eat fry bread hot. But yeah, fry bread generally is room temperature. That is for sure. That is for sure. And yeah, Terry, hot lettuce, heaven forfend. Well, but people grill their wedges, I guess. Not their wedgies, their wedges. They're wedges of lettuce. And spinach salad with a warm bacon dressing is a classic. Y'all are really shattering my worldview that there's no such thing as hot salads, because you're coming up with hot salads right and left. And you're right. I've even heard of that warm spinach salad. But I think it was Kenny, or maybe it was Terry, who mentioned the three bean salad. 3-bean salad isn't served warm, is it? I don't like 3-bean salad because it's very kidney bean heavy, and I despise kidney beans. Cannot, will not. But that's not served hot, is it? I truly have no idea. The moment there's a kidney bean in it, it's just like, oh, I'm not even going in the same room. And let's see here. I have a really old fry bread recipe. Just get bluebird flour and don't forget a little powdered milk. Oh, yeah, Mama Sean. Well, first off, yeah, the flour can make all the difference in the world, be it for fry bread or biscuit, Southern style proper. But the one thing that I've never, that I've noticed about fry bread recipes, because first off, fry bread recipes vary from tribe to tribe, and they vary from family to family within the tribe. But different tribes have different ways of making fry bread. But one thing that seems almost universal is powdered milk is almost in all of the recipes. The recipes generally vary by like how much sugar you use or stuff like that, but almost all of them seem to have the powdered milk. So totally, dude. And oh, thank you so much, Poppy Shaney, for gifting a sub to Gil Soto. Thank you so much. And 3-bean salad is usually cold. I believe that's called chili. The warm 3-bean salad. And let's see here. Katie from the Cove, I'm totally jonesing for a huge fry bread taco right now, and I've never even had one. We've got a place up here in White Center that has fry bread tacos, or actually, I mean, okay, you know, I know some people should, some people shouldn't, whatever, but on the menu, they call them an Indian taco, okay? It's an Indian taco at Nacho Mama's Fry Bread House, all right? And that is, generally speaking, if you see it on the menu, a fry bread taco is often called an Indian taco. And yeah, they delicious. The only thing about an Indian taco that's problematic is after you eat one, you will need to take a nap. You will. So you better not have any plans, because it's going to fill you up and you're going to have Knack attack right there. Knack attack. Boom. Let's see here. We can all mail you one. I don't know if the Indian taco will fare so well. But yeah, what is a Dorito salad, says Mr. and Mrs. Aloha Friday. I must have it. I literally just saw on YouTube someone making what I would call a Dorito salad. And for the life of me, I can't really remember what they put in it, but I remember thinking to myself, oh, I want that so bad. So yeah, while we're going to listen to the Lono listening break, because we are late now, if someone, i.e. Kenny, could give us an idea of that whole Dorito salad, we would be very happy. Okay, maybe not we, all of us, but some of us. Okay, me would be very happy if you could share that with us. And yes, as you guys are requesting, it is our Lono listening break. And based on last stream's confusion, there came a request, and that request has been fulfilled. Indeedly-do, it is time to talk about the old McKenna Road, because they did what they said they'd never do.
Moved. I'll say it. I'll say it. Hear me now when I say they finally closed the old McKenna Road. They finally did what they said they wouldn't do. Looking back in my mind, remembering this time when they finally closed the old McKenna Road. Where the beaches we will follow, on the road that leads us there, feeling like there's no tomorrow. Little beach, I'll see you there. Take your riches to the ocean, all the greed we cast away. In the rise of your awakening and the dawn of your new day, finally closed the old McKenna Road. They finally did what they said they wouldn't do. Looking back in my mind, remembering this time when they finally closed the old McKenna Road. We thought they'd get it right before our eyes into their pockets. George, I know you're watching, all the money changing hands. They take away the shoreline, take away the bright sunshine. When the day turns into night, all the dreams we leave behind. Finally closed the old McKenna Road. They finally did what they said they wouldn't do. Looking back in my mind, remembering this time when they finally closed the old McKenna Road. spoke about this, sad and quite upset. They heard the road was closing for the road that they would get. Dreamer cannot say goodbye. Dream it up and then we say goodbye. Dreamer cannot say goodbye. In the day, in the night. Dreamer cannot say goodbye. Dream it up and then we say goodbye. Dreamer cannot say goodbye. In the day, in the night. Finally closed the old McKenna Road. They finally did what they said they wouldn't do. Looking back in my mind, remembering this time when they finally closed the old McKenna Road. They finally closed the old McKenna Road. They finally closed the old McKenna Road. Dreamer cannot say goodbye. Dream it up and then we say goodbye. Dreamer cannot say goodbye. In the day, in the night. Dreamer cannot say goodbye. We dream it up and then we say goodbye. Dreamer cannot say goodbye. In the day, in the night. Dreamer cannot say goodbye. Dream it up and then we say goodbye. Dreamer cannot say goodbye. In the day, in the night. Dreamer cannot say goodbye. Dream it up and then we say goodbye. Dreamer cannot say goodbye. In the day, in the night. Dreamer cannot say goodbye. Dream it up and then we say goodbye. Dreamer cannot say goodbye. In the day, in the night. Dreamer cannot say goodbye. Dream it up and then we say goodbye. Dreamer cannot say goodbye. Dreamer cannot say goodbye. Dream it up and then we say goodbye. Dreamer cannot say goodbye. In the day, in the night. Dreamer cannot say goodbye. Dream it up and then we say goodbye. Dreamer cannot say goodbye. All right.
Oh, silly kittens. I have not been to Little Beach, but I do enjoy how Lono's got these little secret little references within his music, and the whole Little Beach and I'll see you there. I love that little snippet because when he says he'll see you there, Kenny from the Cove, is there an OnlyFans page for that? Asking for a friend. I know nothing of that page, my friend. I do not have any pictures from Little Beach. That is for certain. And let's see here. Mrs. A needs to know where Mad Statter comes from. The world wants to know. I can tell you right now where it comes from is back in 2009. I started working as an official for the wonderful world of roller derby. Now, when I say roller derby, I don't mean the banked track roller derby of days gone by. In the early 2000s, a league out of Texas, they were a roller derby league that was doing the bank track, but that league split into two. One of the leagues, the original people, they stayed with the bank track, but the people who left, they started what's known as Women's Flat Track Derby Association. And what that is it was a women's roller derby league that instead of on the bank track, they just played on gym floors, played on the street. It's a flat track. And it completely revolutionized the sport. And basically, from the early 2000s until this very day, the flat track roller derby world exists. And so for about a decade, I was a roller derby official. I was a non-skating official who generally kept track of penalties, kept track of score. I was in charge of training a lot of the other officials, coordinating tournaments, etc., etc. And so within the roller derby community at the time when I was participating, it has since changed a little bit, but it was started out as a fun and theatrical sport and event. And so all of the skaters would have fun names. all of the officials would have fun names. And so, as a play on the word Mad Hatter, because I was doing a lot of statistics for the league that I was working with, I chose to be known as Mad Statter. Another official who worked with me in the league as an official, he chose his roller derby name to be the Wizard of Laws. And so, which I thought was a great one. Another official that I work with, his name was Reed the Rules. And so, you just pick out your own little flavor, your own little flair, your own little flavor. And some skater names, that we had. Oh, I can only think of the really raunchy ones that I'm not allowed to say. One of my friends, he was part of the men's roller derby revolution, and he's a really tall 6'1" hairy dude, but he's also gay. And his roller derby name was Sass Squash. So Sass Squash instead of Sasquatch. And so, I can't believe I am blanking all of the names. Oh, for instance, we had another skater in my league who was a lawyer, and she's very left wing, and her name was Connie Pinko instead of Pinko Commie. She was Connie, Connie, Connie Pinko. And then, we had another skater. She was very, very tiny. And her name was Twiggy Smalls instead of Biggie Smalls, the rapper. So the names go everywhere. And anyway, so Mad Statter is the name that I used then. And because so much was done with roller derby on Facebook and other social media areas, my social media presence was Mad Statter in the roller derby world. And so when I went and switched over to streaming, my social media presence already was under the banner of Mad Statter. And so I just kind of went with it and kept it. I also, at the time, was under the illusion that maybe I could keep my identity secret, my real name secret, but that has so since come out into public that that's just a laughable, naive assumption at the time. But, when you're first going into social media, onto streaming, the world is really frightening because there's mean people on there, there's trolls, and anybody who wants to take any kind of shot at a person on screen. You're old, you're fat, you've got saggy boobs. All of these things have been said to me. You kind of want to keep a boundary, and so I thought by using my fake name, it would help. It doesn't really, but anyway. So there you go. That is that. And so, by the way, Mariana, so good to see you. I am happy you are here. You're coming in at an explanation of why are you Mad Statter anyway? And as I explained, because I used to be in roller derby and it was my roller derby name. And let's see here. Kenny from the Cove, can you be booted off a Little Beach for being overdressed? Because, sorry folks, I'm not going to risk exposing other me to the deadly rays of the sun. No weenie roast for me. No, you don't. First off, no, I don't think you really can get kicked off a Little Beach for being overdressed. But second off, Little Beach is at McKenna, right? McKenna, literally the beach we're just talking about. So there's two beaches at the McKenna. There's Big Beach, that's the main beach, and then there's Little Beach. And in order to get to Little Beach, you have to climb over some rocks and go. It's like it's its own little covey thing. You have to get there. It's not so you're not dangling in the wind in front of everybody, But if you don't want to be dangling in the wind for anybody, you just stay on Big Beach side. That's all. You just stay on Big Beach side. You don't have to. You have to trek to Little Beach. Why would you trek to Little Beach if you don't have a need to trek there, right? So you would just hang out on Big Beach. Now, sometimes people from Little Beach would go over to Big Beach, and then people would freak out. Oh my God, there's a naked person on the beach. And I think these days they kind of crack down on that and they're like, hey, wrap a towel around it. But back when Lono was the captain of the lifeguards in that stretch, he never enforced that. He didn't care. He was just like, yeah, there's a nude beach right there. That's why they're naked. Whatever, deal with that. It's a naked body. Deal with it. But that was in the 90s. That was back in the 1900s. So I'm not sure if it's as laissez-faire now as it was then. But I know that the issue was never, are people overdressed at Little Beach? The issue always was if people were underdressed at Big Beach. Yeah, getting to Little Beach would be I don't know about a serious quest, but you got to climb over some rocks and then climb through some things and then go down a trail to a different, it's not just right off the parking lot is what it is. And Terry in Scotland, the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. And E-Music reminds me of Kahana Beach. Nice. Now, where is Kahana Beach? Is that which island is that one? Is what I was trying to ask. And let's see here. And I don't know if I've told you this story or not before, but I'm gonna out Pahoa area, Hawaii Island. Okay, yeah, I thought it was Hawaii Island. I couldn't remember if it was or not. But speaking of Little Beach and the like, and hanging in the wind, I think I already told this story before, but I'm gonna tell it again. So there's a song that Lono's got on one of his albums called Little Red Man. And Little Red Man is about this red-haired white dude who's a homeless dude on the islands, and he was little. And he just happened to he was on Maui, and he just happened to, wherever Lono was, he just was always there. Just, their paths seemed to cross a lot. Little Red Man wasn't stalking him or anything, nothing nefarious, just, they seemed to always be at the same place at the same time. So much so that once when Lono and his girlfriend were on a vacation on Kauai, different island entirely, Kauai, and they were off some random, out in the sticks, and who did they see hitchhiking along the side of the flippin' road? Little Red Man. They were just like, oh my God, he's everywhere. He's everywhere. So Lono wrote a song called Little Red Man, and on the album, the Little Red Man is LRM, is how it's abbreviated. After the song was recorded, before the album was released, Lono's girlfriend happened to run across Little Red Man again at Little Beach. Little Red Man was laying on his stomach, getting the rays on his back. Yeah, and he was also laid out on the sand next to himself. He had an appendage that was appendaging far from his body, out from under his body. And at that point, Little Red Man, LRM, that actually stopped standing for little and started standing for long. He was Long Red Man. He was way bigger than you would think his stature would be. Little Red Man had a kickstand. Exactly. And I'm back. Had to step away for a moment to cast a ring, says Trail Dust. Well, Trail Dust, you might have missed the best story of the night. But yes, indeed, there was a weenie roast and Little Red Man had a kickstand. And let's see here. Believe it or not, Mrs. A is still reading about Dorito salad. I believe it because here's the deal. Do I want to use a whole bag or a half bag? Is this recipe scalable? How long does the recipe last before the Doritos go soggy? Do the Doritos taste better once they're soggy, or do you want to keep them crisp? These are all questions that run through my mind when thinking about the Dorito salad because, frankly, I think I could eat a Dorito salad every day for every meal for the rest of my flippin' life. I support the rabbit hole that Mrs. Aloha is going down in regards to the Dorito salad. And exactly, guess what you're having for dinner tomorrow? Yes, Trail Dust, if you have been paying attention and you have been hanging out here enough, you have heard that story before. I have told it one other time before. And speaking of stories with Lono Tunes, Lono this morning sent to me a fork ton of pictures that he must be going through like some sort of hard drive of his from back in the day. He sent me a ton of pictures, and some of them are in references to songs that he has written and lines in the song that go with this picture, etc. And so I haven't done my research yet, but I'm hoping that with some of those pictures and background that he's got, I'm hoping he's done some performances of those songs, so they will be part of our Lono listening breaks, and I will share the pictures and the background stories with that song as I research and get that info ready. And let's see here. Can't understand the appeal of nude beaches, all that sand and all those wrong places. Pass. I can appreciate your point to a degree, Kenny, but here's the deal. Nude beach or not, the sand still gets there. At least for me. Doesn't matter if you're clothed or not. The sand still somehow gets every place you don't want it to be. In your ears, in your nose, between your toes. And Emu's like, you lie on a towel. True. Well, yes, very much. You do lie on a towel, but even with a towel, even with a bathing suit, I'm sorry, man. I get sand in cracks and crevices that I didn't even know existed. And then sometimes the sand will show up days later. It's like, I've been in the shower and I thought that I washed everywhere. Where did this come from? Where did this sand dune just arrive from? Where was it? In my ear? And, let's see here. Darlene, sand feels warm and nice. Can go rinse off in the water, then wrap a towel around you. Let's see here. And exactly, Mariana. Yep, she agrees with me. I actually think for women at least, the swimsuit traps the sand in. Precisely. And Gil, we gonna make a parody song because I am right all there for it. I got sand in low places where the whiskey don't go. Yeah, I got sand in low places. Let's do it. Yep. Okay, so Kenny coming in with answers to some of the questions that I had. Mom's Dorito salad was always a whole bag of nacho cheese Doritos. Sadly, it gets all soggy mushy by the next day. Okay, so this tells me that we need to scale it. Perhaps only a half bag of Doritos, perhaps only a quarter bag of Doritos, if we're going to have a small salad. We got to keep them there Doritos fresh. Got to keep them fresh so they can stay crispy. So yeah, so if you don't want to make a big salad, maybe only use half a bag. If you only want to make a personal salad, maybe only use a quarter of the bag, which is probably way too much anyway, but still sounds delicious. And the fact that she uses the nacho cheese, that is totally expected. I can't even think that it would be anything but. And Mrs. A says it's always the hair. Yeah, that is true. That is true. You can wash your hair more than once, actually, and the hair still has it in it somehow. That is true. But on the bright side, sort of, in Washington at my college, we had a beach at my college, and it was, and still is, a nude beach. And you don't really have to worry about the sand at that beach, or for the most part, many Pacific Northwest beaches, because if you've ever been to a beach on the Puget Sound especially, you know that there is no sand. It's all pebbles, which is really even worse to sit on if you're naked, if you think about it. Pebbles. And then the simple fact that even if it's 80 degrees out, you generally need a sweater when you're at the beach because it's so cold at the beach with the water, the wind coming off the water. So once again, if you're wearing a sweater, are you even nude? And then there's the water. Yeah, it's 56 degrees year round, y'all. I mean, so if you want to go get in the water naked, Well, girls, you're going to be looking high and tight and maybe really nice. Guys, you're also going to be looking high and tight, but I don't know if you want to show that off. And I either scale the salad or scale your appetite. I feel like you guys get me. There you go. There you go. Terry, would I rather have sand up my okole or a pebble? I'm going to go with sand because sometimes pebbles have very pointy edges. Even rounded pebbles have pointy spots. So I'm going to say sand. That's what I'm going to say. And Mama Sean, yeah, Pacific Beach is one of the few Pacific Northwest beaches with nice sand, but still flippin' cold. Abso-flippin'-lutely. Claylock Beach actually has some nice sand too, and then of course Long Beach has some nice sand as well. But the cold is still the cold. Is still the cold, is still the cold, is still the cold. Yeah. See, Honda, good to see you. We have a question. We're talking about beaches. Sorta, we're talking about nude beaches. And we now have the question posed to the crew. Would you rather go to sit your naked okole on a sand beach or a pebble beach? Or really, I think the question was, would you rather have sand up your bum crack or a pebble up your bum crack? I vote for sand. And ultimately, Mr. and Mrs. Aloha Friday are understanding why, because pebbles can be a bit like a kidney stone. That's just how that works. And trail dust, nude beaches with warm sands, cannot beat it. There you go. That is where his vote firmly lies, firmly stands, firmly sits. Voting can do a lot of these things, and that's where his is staying. Warm sands. And I think we can probably all assume that a kitty cat would prefer a sandy beach to a pebbly beach. However, we might not prefer the sandy beach after the kitty cats get to it. Because kitty cats like to dig cat holes, and you know what they do in cat holes. And C Honda, I vote sand. Fine sand, exactly. Although the finer the sand, the more spots it gets to. All right, so let's see here. Totally different. Did I hear that Richard Chamberlain died yesterday? No, I didn't. Who is Richard Chamberlain? And I know you guys should just all drop your jaws and just walk away going, she's so stupid. What the hell? I know that he's an actor, right? I think. But I can't put his face to my name. No, I can't put his face to my brain. I can't imagine his face is what I'm trying to say. And I don't, I can't think of anything. Thornbird's Shogun, he was Dr. Kildare many years ago. Okay, this would explain why I don't know who he is, because never saw Thornbirds, never saw Shogun, to my knowledge. Don't know what Dr. Kildare is, but I've heard of it. So, Where's my phone? I don't know. I know that he's a big deal actor. I knew that. Exactly, Kenny. He's that guy who did that thing. Okay, so now I'm going to look at his face. Oh, wow. No, I really don't know. Wow, I don't know who that guy is at all. I have no idea who that guy is. No, I did not know, but he was 90, so I hope that he just went peacefully. That would be ideal. And let's see here. Mama Sean, Jetty Island off of Everett has a sandbar and the shallow water gets warm. We would take the boys. Nice. Yeah. Up in Vancouver Island by a town called Qualicum, there's a sandbar. that the water there gets to be almost like 70 degrees in the summer. It is such a beautiful, beautiful place to swim. I did not know that there was another little secret squirrel sand jetty much closer than Vancouver Island, though, so I might have to check that out. And he died in Waimanalo. Oh, okay. And Dr. Kildare is an NBC medical drama which originally ran from 61 to 66 for a total of 191 episodes over 5 seasons. Whoa, dude, that's crazy. But you also have to remember, I wasn't born for another 7 years after that show ended. So, yeah, I definitely don't know who that guy is. Yeah, 90's a pretty good run. That's why I'm thinking and hoping he maybe just, like, went to sleep. Yeah, it's really kind of the best way to go is if you just go to sleep, right? And oh, you have to take a shuttle boat to it. Oh. So it's not a secret squirrel place to go. Got it. I still want to look into it. Oh, he had a stroke. Oh, that's not going to sleep and then just going to sleep. That's too bad. I hope he didn't suffer too much because that's just awful. And then, hey, Andre, good to see you. We're talking about nude beaches and Richard Chamberlain. And let's see here. Your mother loved that Dr. Kildare show. That's how you remember him. And yes, Terry, I know I was born back in the 1900s. I was born in the 1900s. Most of us here on this live stream were born in the 1900s. I love to say that. It confuses people. It offends people, but it's true, y'all. And Kenny from the Cove, speaking from experience, strokes really suck. Totally suck. Yeah, I don't really, I'm pretty sure, that's a universally agreed upon statement right there, is what that is. That is what I'm thinking. But let's see here, you guys. Okay, so, I saw this, and I thought of all y'all, because I tell you this so much about me. As we've covered this topic many times, I'm gonna die. My last words are gonna be, psst, psst, let me pet you. Okay, so we all know that. Psst, psst, let me pet you. Now, there's this guy that he's gonna die in a similar yet opposite way. And his wife has him on video, or maybe it's his girlfriend, whatever, has him on video. He's already done it once. And he is definitely, this is how this guy is gonna die. Right now, he's successful, but this is how this guy's gonna die. So, I'm crazy, and crazy recognizes crazy. So, just so you know, I'll die one way, he's gonna die that way. But what I really was hoping, because I'm not sure y'all noticed it, you probably did, for some reason, there was a stop sign right in front of that black bear. And for some reason, I kind of wanted that black bear just to, like, lift that stop sign up and just be like, stop! Just stop! Obviously, that's not what was going to happen, but I kind of would have loved it if it did. So, yeah, he is totally crazy. Exactly. Bear in mirror, this guy is crazy. Precisely. The cheese has totally slipped off that guy's cracker. A furry with an attraction to real bears. I guess, yeah. And the black bear just didn't want to hang out with that off-the-wall brown bear. No, exactly. But I have to say, though, when he did, honestly, I really have to wonder, when that bear went to run away and then stopped and turned and looked at him, I'm going to assume that there was a brand new brown spot in that costume. You know what I mean? Because as he even said, oh, this isn't going as well as I had planned. Because for real, it's like, oh, look at me being really scary and the bear's running away. And no, wait, the bear's reevaluating his options. Oh, wait, what's the other option? Oh, he could come running towards me. Oh, shoot. And I'm in a bear suit, not able to run nearly as fast as a bear in his bear suit, because that bear suit actually fits the black bear's bear suit, fit the black bear way better than the brown bear's bear suit. And I'm thinking that the bear could run faster. And sometimes when animals see themselves in the mirror, they don't like what they see and they want to challenge them. So I don't really know what he was thinking. But yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Aloha Friday, I know exactly the video you're talking about. And if it was a silverback gorilla, we know who would have not been making... We know we would have never seen that video if he'd been dressed up like a silverback gorilla showing off to another silverback gorilla. We know that. We know what would happen. If watching that YouTube video, we know what would happen, right? For those of you who don't know, and I guess I probably need to go grab it so y'all do know, but somebody posted a clip of multiple different mirrors, I think. And these aren't mirrors, these are shatterproof mirror-like objects in the wild to see what wild animals would do. And you're like, the chimps were all like nervous and scared and curious. The gorillas had no problem with just being like, oh, I don't got time for a new neighbor. You need to get the heck out of my territory. And they just went ballistic. There was no frightened. There was no, let me reevaluate the circumstance. It was truly, what did I just see? I don't like you. I need to attack you kind of thing. Yeah. And, okay, we should see that pink ball video then, Mad Statter. Oh my God, you guys. I have not downloaded that pink ball video. So obviously I need to download the stupid pink ball video because I've been hearing about it every single stream since I first didn't download it. You guys are so flippin' funny. All right. We'll see the pink ball video on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. And it is 2 minutes. Okay, eMusic says 3. My clock says 2 minutes. Puzzycat, I don't know if you're here, but I've done the 2 minute warning on my own. 2 minutes, you guys. So I want to thank everybody who has gift subbed and resubbed. I want to thank everybody who dropped down the biddies. I want to thank everybody who throws down 53 cents a month with the PayPal, because for 53 cents a month, I can buy a coffee. That's actually not what I was saying earlier, but anybody and anything who throws money at the PayPal, any amount, I'm super stoked. And let's see here. Oh no, Mr. and Mrs. Aloha Friday. Actually, this is not funny. This really happened. Another terrifying one. A bear attacked you in your tent. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, on Wednesday, try and be here if you can, because I kind of want to hear about that. Okay? No, like for real. And it reminds me actually of a video I saw of this guy who was camping, I'm going to presume somewhere in Asia, and a tiger was walking by his tent, and the tiger caught glimpse of the guy in the tent, and the tiger literally gasped. Like the sight of the guy scared the tiger. And then the video ends shortly after the tiger then comes into the tent. So I don't really know how it ended, but I can say that I'm going to hope it ended funny. And seeing a tiger gasp because they were startled was something I never thought I would see. And it's very, very cute. All right. So, So let's see here. Kenny from the Cove. I can't be here on Wednesday. Can I send you the pink ball video? Yes. Yes, I can. I don't really know why this video is in such high demand, but okay, we will share the pink ball video together. And now, with that promise, it is 6:30 when it's time to wrap everything up. Thank you, mods, for being here. I don't think we needed you this time, but we never know when we need you. So you being here is wonderful. I thank you guys so much. And all of y'all, good night, chatterers, and thank you, chatterers, because it's the chatterers that make that what it is. I don't even know what that means. All right. Pink Ball Wednesday. I'll see you there. Have a good one.